The View is live. A house divided. How chaos erupted over the vote to condemn the president's comments as racist. Why Republicans called out Speaker Nancy Pelosi for being out of order on the floor. Plus, comedy superstar Ricky Gervais gives his take on what liberals are getting wrong about political correctness when he hits the Hot Topics table. And all week long, it's our Hot Summer Cash Sweepstakes. Audience members and someone watching at home right now are getting a piece of our $30,000 giveaway. Will you be one of them? Let's fire up Hot Topics with Whoopi, Abby Huntsman, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
I have to ask, what does it say? The Big Easy?
Oh.
All right.
I like that.
Y'all okay down there? Everything good? All right. They all have on the same shirt. I had to ask. So yesterday, the House voted on officially condemning you-know-who in the White House for making racist comments. But things took a very bizarre turn first, even more bizarre than what we're doing. Take a look.
These comments from the White House are disgraceful and disgusting, and the comments are racist. I urge a unanimous vote and yield back the balance of my...
I was just going to give the General Speaker of the House if she would like to rephrase that comment.
I have cleared my remarks with a parliamentarian before I read them.
I make a point of order. The gentlewoman's words are unparliamentary and are ready to be taken down.
So apparently, they did end up voting to condemn what he said, but also called out Speaker Pelosi for being out of order because of a precedent dating back to Thomas Jefferson that says you can't insult the president's character on the floor.
Oh.
Now, I don't know.
But if they're calling him a racist, that seems to be just a description.
No.
I don't see that that's an insult to some people. It's a description of what he is.
It is a remark you're not supposed to say. And you know,
why not?
Because apparently First Amendment rights work for everybody but them.
Yeah.
Because I thought you could say whatever you needed to say. That's your right to say it. That's how you feel.
Have you ever seen what Parliament does?
Yeah, well,
like,
yes.
I hate you. Like, it's nothing like what happened here.
No, but it was really interesting because I can't remember the last time I saw that happen.
Well, it was 100 years ago.
I wasn't there.
Years ago. Well, I was.
You were.
There have only been 4 previous votes to censure or condemn a president. The most recent was William Howard Taft in 1912 for trying to influence a Senate election.
Yeah.
So, ubla-di, life goes on. We're still at that same point.
Well, I think what was so masterful of Nancy Pelosi, and I know people have a lot of the Democrats have been unhappy because she didn't want to start impeachment proceedings.
Yeah.
But we all know that for this president, image is everything. Legacy is everything. You know, he really is a television personality above all else. And now it goes down in history. He goes down in history as the racist in chief. This is historic. It's going to go down in history. It's part of the historical record. And I think that's why you saw so much pushback from the Republican from Georgia, Doug Collins. He's saying, let's strike the record, let's strike the record. Well, the record wasn't stricken. He is going down as a racist. And I thought what was also so impressive and was John Lewis. I mean, John Lewis said, I know racism when I see it. I know racism when I feel it. And at the highest level of our government, there's no room for racism. Let me tell you, when John Lewis says you're a racist, right? Because he was at the forefront of the civil rights movement. And I'm just surprised that it wasn't a unanimous vote.
But there's a huge swath of people in this country who don't think that was racist, and those are the ones who are going to vote for him again. They're there.
But you know what? But they've always been there. Listen, this is not new. This is not new. We've fought this. We've marched. We've fought it, and we're going to have to keep fighting it. I thought we would have a little respite.
No.
You know, but apparently not. But you know what? We are a country that is looking at how people are responding to this, the powers that be, and saying, did you stand up to tyranny when it came? Those are the questions people are going to ask. No, you know, we don't have any tea to dump in the harbor, you know. But there's a problem, and now it's once again in everybody's face. So will it shift? Who knows? But another person who's desperately trying to talk around this issue of his racist comments is your favorite. Someone you want to be in an elevator with, Kellyanne Conway. Take a look.
If the president was not telling these four congresswomen to return to their supposed countries of origin, to which countries was he referring?
What's your ethnicity?
Why is that relevant to this?
No, because I'm asking you a question. My ancestors are from Ireland and Italy.
My own ethnicity is not relevant to the question I'm asking.
No, it is, because you're asking about, he said originally. He said originally from.
She's sweating.
She's having a meltdown. She's a mess.
She said she meant the question as no disrespect. So what point was she attempting to make? That's what she said.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't really care because it's so tone deaf, and especially given the comments the president said on Twitter. What I will say is her husband is one of the most adamant, outspoken people, especially against what he interpreted as the president's tweets being racist. And my message to George Conway is start at home. Okay? Like, if me and my husband were together, no, I'm sick of this because he gets on his high horse on Twitter all day long. If I felt like my husband were going on TV and saying racist comments and things like this, and I were so outraged, we would be having a conversation.
Well, you don't know what goes on in their home.
But he's very, I don't know. Well, actually, I do, because they're giving joint interviews to the New York Times, and I do think that what she's doing is abhorrent right there, and I don't understand why asking anyone their ethnicity in any situation, let alone in front of the White House. But her husband is this, I'm stopping taking him seriously because I just think, like, if it were someone I was super close to that was out doing this, I would take it further than just Twitter.
What pisses me off is that she says she's half Italian. I cannot tolerate that. I am 92%.
Well, stop saying it. What I found, I mean, I don't understand what she meant by asking that question of the reporter. I thought it was just so inappropriate. But George Conway wrote an op-ed, I think it was in the Washington Post.
Yeah, this week.
And he is half Filipino. Right. And he said that he remembers as a child, he remembers his own mother being told, go back to your country. And he remembers how hurtful that was. And I said it on this show. I remember my grandmother being told, go back to your country. And that's so hurtful. So Kellyanne Conway, her children are also part Filipino. So I don't understand how she could not embrace this issue and condemn the man that she is working for, who is saying the same thing.
Mitch McConnell's
children's grandmother
came here when she was 4 years old.
Yes.
And he doesn't say that this guy is a racist.
For me, it's a paper tiger on George Conway's part because, as you said, they have children at home that are being influenced by this. And if you feel this deeply, which I do believe that he does, I can't reconcile it. And I think it's bizarre that it's a hot topic on The View.
But why doesn't Kellyanne Conway feel it deeply?
I don't disagree with you.
Right?
I think it's weird. And I think it's okay for us to say it's weird. Like, I know they're, like, sensitive about it, but...
Who's sensitive?
Kellyanne Conway and her husband are sensitive about it.
Nobody tells me anything.
I told her when she came on this show before, when she first started working for him, I said to her, get out now, Kellyanne.
Yes.
You still have a window to get out.
Actually, what she said is you still have a soul.
What did she say?
That's what she said to her.
Did I say that?
Yes, she did.
Say back?
She said, what am I going to do? You know, like, in other words, she doesn't have any other job options that are this good, basically.
Well, if she thought they were bad then, when she gets out this time, it's going to be even worse. We'll be back.
That's true.
Later, Trump's party foul? The cringy 1992 archive video of Donald Trump at a party with Jeffrey Epstein years before Epstein pled guilty to felony prostitution charges. This week, The View's Hot Topics are setting your summer on fire.
Do that again!
Boom, boom, boom. Plus, our political view is heating up when presidential candidate John Hickenlooper hits the hottest campaign stop in daytime. This week on ABC. Still ahead. Comedy superstar Ricky Gervais is not holding back at the Hot Topics table. And heads up, home viewers, because one of you and an audience member are winning big on our week-long Hot Summer Cash sweepstakes.
Welcome back. So, NBC dug up archival footage from 1992 of a party at Mar-a-Lago where you know who is hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, scoping out the NFL cheerleaders who are in attendance. He's repeatedly tried to downplay their friendship, but do you think that when things like this keep coming up, they're going to complicate stuff for him?
Well, I mean, I don't like to quote my own self, but yesterday I did say something that it's almost like I knew this was coming out, because I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, he's scared because this type of stuff is deep, and it's not just corrupt, it's perverted. And, you know, even his base is going to have to pay attention to any kind of allegation against him with Epstein. So, also, aren't there tapes over at The Apprentice that Mark Burnett has? People at NBC have a lot of stuff on him.
Well, supposedly, yeah.
I mean, this stuff
reportedly,
is...
allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't
see how... It gets way worse, by the way, that we didn't show the whole
video. I don't
video.
really see how this stuff can go away. People are now in a battle to get him out.
Yeah.
So he's in trouble.
Well, the
in trouble.
Epstein case is particularly concerning because we're talking about child sex crimes, right? We're talking about
these are not child
trafficking. But the Epstein case, what he has been connected to, is extremely serious. And what is interesting to me is that in the Southern District of New York, the federal prosecutor's office, the public corruption unit is overseeing it. And that's a clue to me, because the only time the public corruption unit, in my experience, handles something is when there is a public official either involved or they're looking at the involvement of a public official. Now, I'm not suggesting at all that Donald Trump is involved, but it just suggests to me that there's some sort of public official. And the last time that the public corruption unit was involved in this kind of case was in 2008. And it was just supposed to be some prostitution ring, and client number 9 was mentioned, and that was New York Governor Eliot Spitzer. So,
and there were a lot of gross details.
And in looking at this, it just seems odd to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
their relationship
implicated,
is there.
though. Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew. I mean, the tentacles on this go everywhere, and it's just like Harvey Weinstein style. If you have enough money and power, people will give you passes when it comes to sex crimes, and it's a really gross, horrific part of society, but hopefully things will start changing. I will say, this video, that's just like a snippet.
Yeah.
The video goes on and on. And
Let's see the whole show.
But if you're a woman who's ever been to a gross party, which I'm sure every woman in here has, it's like the exact situation you never want to be in.
Well,
where it's like he's licking his lips.
Yeah.
He's like going behind a woman. It's just
the thing that's really sort of enraging about this is that it seems that because you can't hold a president's feet to a fire when he has exhibited the kind of behavior that we would normally look into. It seems that this is, we're going to have to wait till after he's out of office.
Well, there is DOJ policy that you can't indict a sitting president.
Because his base will say, this is what they're going to say. Oh, this was a long time ago.
Well, it was in 1992, this particular video.
He's found Jesus. Remember, he's religious now. That's his new persona.
It is true. I was 8 years old when this video was taken, but I will say people like Alan Dershowitz should not be on TV right now while they're incriminated in this. And I said it before. Well, he's still being put on TV. I know. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, but I do think when you're talking about child sex crimes, there's another level of inhumanity. Again, I'm not a lawyer.
Well, let's see those tapes. We have to see what else is going to come out.
I mean, again, they could bring out a zillion tapes. And they are not going to do anything
You
while
cannot
he's
indict a
sitting there.
sitting
And
president.
so I like the idea that he's now going to have to pay attention and try to stay in so he doesn't end up sitting in front of a grand jury.
I do think, you know, if there is a situation when a president is involved in child sex crimes, you got to rethink that.
But wait a minute,
DOJ
let's
policy.
make sure that we're very clear. There's no indication that
Not this president, but if there is ever a situation
or
where
ever a situation
there is a crime
where there is the possibility that
you've got to
change the law.
You've got to
have to change the law. Wait, you got to read this thing.
Okay. All right. The November 1992 tape in the NBC archives shows Trump with Epstein more than a decade before Epstein pleaded guilty to felony prostitution charges in Florida. Epstein has pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking. Trump has said he wasn't a fan of Epstein and that the two haven't spoken in 15 years.
Really?
And that's the thing. I mean, this was a long time ago.
Our producer says I have to say that they socialized with them, but they weren't implicated with them. Socialized with Epstein, and that's it. Have not been implicated with anything yet.
They haven't. He hasn't been implicated.
I think we made that clear.
You know, since this tape came out, just watch to see what the distraction from Trump from the White House will be now. Now it'll be something about AOC or something about the gang of whatever they are.
It's already happening. But
just
listen,
watch what they do.
It's not that this is going to go on and on because they have to do all the stuff they have to do because they need to make this last so they get every little piece of things so that when they put this man behind bars, whoever it is, he's gone.
Epstein, you mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make the video less gross.
No, it
like,
doesn't
no matter
make
how
the
many
video...
legal notes we say, women can watch that and see how gross it is.
Yes, but we also have to make sure that we're not saying that we're implicating anyone.
He was a bachelor at the time, wasn't?
Yes,
Trump wasn't married.
I don't know.
He was between wives, probably.
I didn't go with him. We'll be right back. He would never go with me.
This.
So welcome back. Can I mention that your mom's in the audience?
Well, we were going to mention my mom's in the audience for Glioblastoma Awareness Day.
Yes.
But I'll do it right now. Thank you.
Yes.
So today is Glioblastoma Awareness Day. 13,000 people are diagnosed with the cancer my dad died of a year. And today, Senator Lindsey Graham introduced a Senate resolution designating it today Glioblastoma Awareness Day. It's a really horrific cancer that we are obviously all committed to fighting. And you can go to the View's website for more information. And my mom came today for Glioblastoma Awareness Day. So thanks for sitting in the audience. Yeah. And I always have to be on my very best behavior when you're around, Mom. So thank you for coming. Yes. 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 So
she's afraid to talk about sex on the show because of you.
Oh, stop it.
And her grandma, she says, is 106, and she doesn't want to hear.
107.
She's 107.
107.
Yeah, just have
So what do you think about that?
I'm glad she's not talking about sex.
But we make her,
since I'm
you know
here.
what, Cindy, we make her do it anyway.
Yeah, this
She
is
makes her do it.
this is
She makes
special
her do it.
I look
form of
around.
hell.
I look around.
Thank you. But thank you again. And, you know, obviously cancer's very close to us, and we just, everyone,
And
we're still.
we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Dad's
Yeah.
death, too. So we're.
And I'm finally going home to Arizona because she's forcing me. So, in a good way. So I'm going home. So, anyway, but yes, she's came here to watch. And she's obviously a fan of the show.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Mom.
Do you know about this thing that's called the Face app? It's trending huge. Now, what is the correct English to say? It's trending hugely?
Yeah.
It's hugely trending?
Hugely trending is good.
Hugely is good.
Or bigly.
Bigly. And this thing predicts what you're going to look like when you get older. So, so apparently The View doesn't annoy us enough. They decided to give it a test to see.
Let's start with Brian.
Let's
folks
start
look like.
with Brian's.
So,
Come on.
are
Brian's
you putting them
old.
up? Apparently.
Yes.
There we go.
So that's
good.
Brian when he gets older, losing his hair.
You know what? I don't need an app to make me look older. This administration is doing a very good job.
Along with the LASIK surgery that you just had for your eyes.
Yeah.
Where's the next one?
This next one.
What's next?
There's Joy.
You look good.
I picked the closest I could get to covering up everything.
I mean,
You look good, Joy.
This is the thing is they show you the age that I am at now.
I don't know.
You look good, too.
You look good, too.
You look pretty. That's not bad at all.
I look like I need a cauldron.
I don't
but
like that.
Okay. Good Lord. I mean, with my hair, God, I would not have... What the hell?
Whoopi, you look exactly the same.
Yeah.
That aged you?
Yeah, but you know...
Did you use the apple, Whoopi?
Yes, you did. Remember what my mom looks like.
What the hell?
No, you look exactly the same.
Well, now I don't. Can you bring the picture up? Let me show you where the problems are, okay?
That is not fair.
You look actually
See
very
all of
good,
this
Sonny.
extra right down in there? See all of this? You're feeling like this because I looked like that last week. And then I stopped eating potato chips, and now I look more like this.
Amazing.
That is not fair.
Life's a bitch. We'll be right back.
The View would like to thank Apple and Eve for providing our entire studio audience with a bottle of their delicious juice.
So this is really important, okay? On last night's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, Camille Grammer was asked about the difference between the way she and Denise Richards handled their divorces. Take a look.
What was your reaction to Denise not having a prenup in her marriage to Charlie Sheen?
So before we go into anything, what is going on with those lips? Everybody got the same set of lips.
It's like when we were kids, they used to have those wax lips.
That's what they look
that
like.
was like Halloween stuff.
Yeah, not her.
And now it's a trending thing. Yeah. Huh. So what happened? So Camille took the money?
I don't know.
Yeah, Camille.
Somebody took the money and the other one didn't, and now she's giving it a shade and stuff.
Camille took half,
Kelsey.
and Denise Richards didn't.
And Denise is saying she's a better person for it. Wrong. Take the money. Get those Manolos off and run to the bank and cash that check.
Neither of them had the prenup.
Right.
And in California, it's community property, so you're entitled to half. But one took half and one didn't.
Well, you mean to tell me you're entitled to half and Denise Richards did not take her half?
Yes, she did not take her half.
On purpose?
On purpose.
What's wrong with her?
She makes a point of it. She says, I wasn't greedy and I didn't care. But then she makes a joke that he should have given her half because then she would have saved it. And now he's having a lot of money problems because I guess he spent it all on
So
like
she could have helped
prostitutes
him.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So she could have helped him.
Yeah.
Well,
So you know what?
Everybody's got
these are problems I don't. You know,
I mean,
here's a house, here's a car, go away.
Yeah. Is that how you do it?
Well, that's how I did it because it was like, look, I'm not going to fight about this. We're not supposed to be together here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I brought a lot more in, and you kind of like some of it, and I'm not mad at you about liking it. So here, take this and this, put that down.
Right,
go.
exactly.
Very nice of you to give that to us.
Listen, I was only with people I liked.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to be mean or nasty. We weren't fighting. I couldn't, it wasn't my thing, marriage. I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. I see it.
I know.
If you build it together, though, you should.
Yeah.
Right.
If
When
you
you
build it together,
you should
you
get
will
half.
come. We'll be right back.
Yeah, which Camille did.
Hello, I'm coming up soon, so I'd like to apologise in advance in case Joy says anything really offensive.
Sure, you love watching The View.
Oh my God, I love it.
Just trust me on this. But during commercial breaks, you wouldn't believe what happens. Because, yeah, we love our audience that much. And anything goes. For your chance to experience the fun, go to oneiota.com for free tickets.
Comedian Ricky Gervais is not taking the summer off. He's got a Netflix series, Afterlife, a stand-up tour called Supernature, and a satellite radio show called Ricky Gervais is Deadly Serious. Ha ha! Please welcome Ricky Gervais.
This is a bit high.
And it's so uncomfortable.
You want a hand up?
I've got such short legs.
Come on,
this could be... No, I can
That's
do it.
why
I can
you
do it.
got that. Yes.
I know.
Not easy.
They do it too high.
They're not
It's like getting on
The
a horse.
table's going to go over. Oh, my
Boing.
God. Thank
Oh,
you.
wow, you're so...
I know.
Why am I this high?
All right, I'm sorry. I'll get higher. Get higher.
Because I left you something in the... No. Anyway.
Like a toddler.
Yes.
At a restaurant, right.
We all saw these age versions of ourselves from the Face app earlier. Apparently, they wanted to irritate you as well, so they've done one of you.
I think
Good.
you look handsome.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Distinguished.
You look the same.
Still happy.
I know.
Still have hair.
You look good.
I don't know what age that's meant to be, but I doubt I'll be that in shape whenever that's meant to be.
Looks good.
That's quite flattering. I like that.
Do we know how many years it's supposed to be? Is it 40?
Old.
It's pretty
old.
just old. Yeah.
I'm aging like a bad banana in that thing, so don't worry.
I feel old now, so yeah. I feel lucky to be alive now, so that's good. Something to look forward to.
Yep.
Well, you've had so much success since The Office premiered 18 years ago this month, by the way.
Isn't it?
And you
Crazy.
rose to fame as David Brent on that show. And actually, you reached fame at the age of 40.
Yeah, I think I filmed that at about 39, 40,
Yeah,
and
39, 40.
yeah, I.
Do you remember life before
But that's
that?
I do.
considered a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I had a whole life. I think I tried to be a pop star and I failed miserably. It was
Not
all over.
miserably.
Well,
Not
it was fun. It was fun failing.
Yes.
At 21, 22. Then I got a normal job in an office. And so it turned out well, but I wasn't trying, you sort of fall into these things and then you sort of grab a hold. But it was good. And I remember when I was I met Jane at college, and so through my 20s we had no money at all, and we lived in an apartment that was so tiny, right? It just had a bed. I could open the fridge from the bed, and there was a cooker and a sink, and there was no toilet. That was in the building. It was shared. I had to go outside and go up 2 flights of stairs to use the toilet. So at night, I wouldn't go outside. I just popped to the sink.
That's right.
For a wee.
Convenience.
Convenience, right? And I remember Jane in a sleepy haze one night going, "Oh, at least take the dishes out first."
You're too funny.
She hit the jackpot.
She did. And what about this show you have on Sirius Radio, which is a big hit?
Yeah.
It's a podcast, which they now call it's radio, but they call it a podcast.
I honestly don't know why it's a hit.
You just won a best
awful.
regular comedy program.
I know, just won an award and everything. I don't know who listens. It's me and a couple of idiots trying to talk about the big issues.
It's very good, because I listened yesterday.
Well, you would say that, because it's
good.
It's like this show, isn't it? But worse. Think of that. It's
it's fair. You have to
less professional than this show.
But that's pretty bad.
If we ever did a podcast, we would be in more trouble than we are now.
You'd be perfect for it.
That's why we don't do it. Though.
Because exactly. You definitely say the wrong thing. You'd be apologising in the press
every day.
Constantly.
Yeah. So I don't.
You don't care.
No. No. It's me and a few comedians, but I mean, there's big comedians as well. Jerry Seinfeld's done one, and Bill Burr's doing one this week. But it's basically 3 idiots talking for an hour, and then it goes on Pandora as a podcast. So yeah.
No, not yet. I haven't.
You're all welcome. You're all welcome. We do a special, The View special.
Oh.
Then we won't get invited back after that ends up happening. But you also have a Netflix show called Afterlife.
Yeah.
And your character, Tony, is grieving the loss of his wife. Obviously, I've spoken about grief. It's glioblastoma awareness day today.
Yeah.
We all handle it in different ways, and Tony obviously has. Do you relate to this character in any way?
I do, and I've never had a reaction like it, because people have come up and they've said that they're grieving, which is rare. You don't usually say that to a stranger, so I love the fact that that's made a connection. But I really identify with Tony, because we have to bite our tongues all the day, all the time. We go, "Oh, I mustn't say that. We wish we could." Whereas Tony's got nothing to lose, so he just says what we wish we could all say. But I do. I'm annoyed at things. There's a scene in there where Tony's annoyed with someone eating crisps loudly, and I I can't stand that. Noisy eating annoys me. Honestly, I can't stand it.
It's horrible.
I was in a restaurant in San Francisco with Jane, right? And the waiter kept doing this.
Oh, my God.
I was going mental. I know. And I was going... like that, and every time we did it, I wanted my head to explode. On the plane a couple of weeks ago, coming over, there was a guy before we took off. There's a guy. He kept yawning, going, yeah. And I made sure there wasn't something wrong with him. And then after the 15th time, I went, "Excuse me, could you do the yawn without all the noises after?" Yeah. And he went, "Oh, right." And then I had to sit there for 6 hours.
That's the problem.
I know.
You can't say anything.
No, I can't start. I'd want people to just act. No, I want the police to come in and go, "You've got to stop shuffling your feet, stop chewing too loudly."
Wait a minute. What about did you see the thing, the woman on the flight?
What was that?
So there's a woman sitting, or some person sitting on the flight. They are moving the movie screen with their toes.
We got to show it on the show.
With their toes.
Yeah, I know. Some people.
I know.
Why would you put your nasty feet?
I know.
I know.
I sent it to Whoopi yesterday, like, look at this.
I saw, no, I see, but you see people doing this.
Come on, people.
Is no one raising these people?
They're raised by wolves, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm a huge animal lover, and I
too.
hear you are too.
Yeah,
yes.
I love animals. I love
We
all animals.
all are huge animal
That's
lovers.
true.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Well,
true.
no,
Well-
some people aren't. Some people aren't. Some
She
people
loves
are...
that cactus.
Well, I just can't commit to it. It's a
Well, that's good.
commitment.
That's a good thing.
Like,
That's
you
a
have
good
to
thing.
keep it alive.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
But
yeah.
you
Some
post-
people shouldn't have children,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
Do you have any children? Do you have any children?
No.
Like, for example, Exhibit
Exactly.
A.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you posted a photo with these two guys. Do we have it? Who are they?
Who's your dog?
That's Starbuck and Skylar, and wherever we are, whether we're in London or New York, me and Jane go for a walk every day, either to Central Park or Hampstead Heath, just to meet dogs. Because it's like my heroin. I have to have a little fix. If I've not scruffled 10 dogs,
I love that.
I honestly just see. We watched a dog today for 15 minutes, just chewing at a sprinkler, and I just can't. It's like.
But you don't have a dog.
No, because we've got a cat and she's 16, and it wouldn't be fair, and we travel too much. But
Yeah.
my idea, when I
Is it a
retire,
girl?
I'm going to have a castle with just
Is it-
every rescue dog I can
Is it a
find.
girl dog? Is your cat a girl?
Yeah.
I have a 19-year-old male
good to
cat
know.
for her if she wants
She's
one
got a
last
lot,
fling.
she's on Twitter, my cat.
That's
and,
how craps on your pillow.
Well,
It does.
before we go, we want to mention you're doing a new stand-up tour called Supernature.
Yes.
And I hear that you hold the record in the UK for the fastest-selling comedy tour of all time.
Yeah.
But what are you going to talk about this time in Supernature?
It's about I sort of debunk the supernatural, and I conclude that nature is super enough. I just say it's amazing that we're here. The chances of you being born, that sperm hitting that egg, is 400 trillion to 1, and it's just amazing that we're even here. And it's saying about how amazing life is, and we should treasure every minute of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks to Ricky Gervais. Check out his radio show. Ricky is deadly serious on Sirius XM, and his show Afterlife is streaming on Netflix now. Right now, while you're sitting here. Tickets go on sale for his Supernature tour on July 26th. We'll be right back.
One of you watching at home right now and an audience member are about to get a piece of our week-long giveaway of $30,000. The View's Hot Summer Cash Sweepstakes is picking winners right after this.